What's up, YouTube? So we're taking a look at this next one. Make it common. Bridge the Gap series. Marriage has no benefit to a man. Let's see what this is all about.
Run it.
Marriage does have no benefit to a man. No, no benefits. And oh, they all disagree. They're all stupid.
Marriage does have benefits for a man.
Yep.
I'll tell you the reason why. Because you share your experiences, you talk to someone, they're there for you physically, they're there for you emotionally.
That's ridiculous. How does putting a ring on a finger or signing a contract change any of that? You can do that without marriage. Why do you need marriage for that? You didn't answer the question. It was ridiculous.
I think that's equal for both man and woman.
I think that a man does benefit from marriage because when a woman wears a ring, people notice it. It doesn't matter how small it is.
So just wear a ring.
They know that she's married. She is spoken for by her partner. It's very clear. Yeah. Even when she's engaged, it's obvious.
So just put a ring on. It's really not that hard. Really simple.
Like, you will notice, you can see the ring. That's what it signifies.
I think that's really important.
But that's not for, that's not a benefit
I feel like
for
when
him.
someone then sees that ring and then...
So is it for is marriage just a show then for everyone else?
No,
I think it's
but then if somebody then wants
I think
to,
it makes the man assume some sort of, okay, you're going to say, it's a sort of responsibility. It's just knowing you're accountable. There's no, you can't be, you can't.
You should already be accountable. What are you talking about? You shouldn't have to have a contract to tell you you're accountable. You should already be accountable.
Be wishy-washy in what you're doing.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal. And people, it's...
So basically what she's saying, before marriage, everything's wishy-washy? Like, what? What are you talking about? What kind of relationships have you been having? What are you talking about?
People respect it on a different level. And you as a man you stand by that. Yeah, you can be in a relationship, but just naturally, the majority will be, oh, you're married. You write on a paper, single, you're still single until he puts a ring on your finger.
So that's from...
She has some really complicated, committed relationships. So she's single unless she's married. So if you engage in a relationship with her and you say, we're having a committed relationship, yeah, she'll say, yeah, but she doesn't mean yeah. She's in her head, she's like, no, I'm still single until you put a ring on this finger. But I'm just gonna pretend that we're committed and just tell you some blah blah. Whatever. Anyway.
So my mum always says you're still single.
Perspective. But for the man...
And he's still single too.
Yeah, but what's his benefit?
No, the benefit to a man is that you feel like I'm going to be a provider.
Oh my God.
What if I don't want to be?
But it signifies to the world that this is his
Does that
partner.
benefit
It's
him?
not in terms of ownership, but it's like,
No,
it's his partner. The world can see that. It's a visual thing as well. It's like,
What is that benefit?
I feel like marriage just is like sealing a deal, like it's just like yeah, that's it.
Okay, so
because
if we look at the scenario, he's a rich man, he has money. If he has kids, he can take care of those kids. He's paying his child support. He's having his kids over whenever he needs his kids over. Why does he need to be married?
The
Exactly.
only reason why I've seen marriage
you're supposed to have
really being sanctified is
Supposed to.
because it's only because of religion, to be honest. It's a promise to God.
Yeah, that's one
Does a
reason.
man benefit from that? Yes, he does. If he is religious, if he's spiritual, whatever it is, it's that
Correct.
promise. I think apart
High
from that, it
level,
literally
high
is
level.
just a social.
Yeah.
So
you know,
I'm going to
contract.
change my answer. I now agree with it because just thinking about benefits alone, in terms of if you take religion out of it, if you take culture out of it,
Yeah.
and I'm just
There's
looking at the
nothing else,
benefits.
to be honest. I don't think anyone benefits.
But you don't benefit, when you really deep it, people don't say, okay, there are a lot of good things said about marriage, but there are also a lot of horrible things that are said because you're dealing with another person in a way that's, you can sometimes hate the person you're in a marriage with. So
it
why,
changes your whole
what's the
mentality.
good things?
Marriage changes your whole mentality on a relationship, in my opinion, compared to when you're married and when you're not married. Because
And will that
Maybe.
affect, again, and this is just me, devil's like, what am I saying? No, I agree. It's more, yes, it might change your mentality, but will that affect your day to day.
And does it?
Of course it does.
What's your mentality? You're thinking different.
No, because for me it's more without that marriage,
You're still.
I'm still who I am.
No, we'll chill out. Chill out.
What do you mean? Without marriage, you're the same person. There's no difference. Marriage doesn't really change too much unless you are psychologically immature or not very strong mentally. You need to, before you even get into a marriage, you should know who you are and be happy with yourself and be, not so needing for a marriage in order to complete you. You should already be complete and complement each other and not, oh, I need to get married so I can do this and that. It's like, no, you don't need that. That's signs of a weak man.
Right?
You can be who you are.
I'm still, no. And I know that. But I'm saying without it, I'm still that person, right? And I still have a certain mentality.
No, but you might
and
not
I
have
still
that
have the
sense
benefits of my life that I normally.
You might not have that sense of accountability or responsibility when you're.
You might not, but
you might not have a sense of accountability or responsibility when you're not married. That is definitely signs of a weak man. Men should already be accountable and responsible for their own behaviors and for what they do before marriage. If they have to get married in order to be responsible, then technically that's kind of like describing you're never going to grow up unless you get married, which is absolutely ridiculous. Because I think you should be grown up before you get married, because basically what you're saying, you're a child making a decision to get married. I'd rather be a man making a decision to get married rather than kids making decisions to get married and then, oh, finally I've grown up. It's like, that is very, very poor way of looking at the world and looking at themselves as a man, as a person.
you might.
No, I
But
disagree.
then it's expected if you are married. That's the
It's
difference.
that's the difference.
You don't have to. It's not like a thing where one person may assume. It's expected. When you're in a relationship, I think a man's in a relationship. Expectations, assumptions, all these things. These words are just. It's just loose meaning. But when you're married,
Solid.
There's no everybody. That's a clear boundary.
Accountability comes into
That's a
play.
Again, I would have to say that is because you're weak-minded. If you need that kind of idea to hold you together, what are you doing? That's absolutely ridiculous. Your mind, your mental strength is so flimsy.
You can still not be accountable in a marriage, though.
You may not be, but you know you have to understand it. That's something that both.
That's true. That doesn't mean that marriage will fix everything. A lot of people get into marriages thinking that this will complete them, this will help them, this will make them stronger and help them grow as a person. In actual fact, it doesn't do anything. That's probably one of the reasons why some divorces occur, because people get into marriages thinking that these things are going to benefit them, turn them into some sort of a more responsible adult, when in actual fact, it doesn't do anything. It causes more problems, it causes more psychological distress, and it hinders growth because they don't have a plan after that. They're following what society has told them to do, and then once they've accomplished that, they don't know what to do after that. All they've got is get married. And then what? Oh, have kids. And then what? Oh, I don't know. It's completely... It's like people haven't been thinking past a certain point and learning how to think for themselves.
Both parties have the understanding.
Depends.
People can choose to just be every free, but
Yeah.
It only benefits the man, because I'm trying to think of the question, but it only benefits the man if he wants to be in that marriage.
yeah.
I think that because it is really and truly, you're right. Marriage is just a certificate.
Yeah.
But, and it's obviously, as a Christian, it's a commitment to God.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm saying it only benefits him. He's only going to do the work if he wants to be in that marriage. As she said, people step out in marriages. People sometimes take off their rings, they go, and they don't have anything. But
Actually, most marriages end because of, I think, the wife initiates the divorce, not the man.
it only benefits the man if his mindset is set on that woman. I want to be with that woman for the rest of my life. He feels like, this is what I've wanted to do. I've done. I think that's the only benefit. It's not. There's not really. I can't really say there's a benefit, and there's no.
And that's a huge benefit if he really does want to be in it.
Yeah,
it's a huge.
If he wants to be, that's
But a lot of the time, it's a woman that wants to be in the marriage, and the man's just like,
I think even with
Let's just do
marriages,
it.
there's then the conversation of
I think that now kind of skirting around the question and kind of avoiding the question. It's how does it benefit him? Even if the man wants it, how does it benefit him? I mean, I can see how it might benefit a weaker man that needs support, that needs someone to cling to, that needs that security. If a man is really insecure and he needs like a piece of paper or a ring to tell him, oh, this woman's mine. She's mine now, definitely. Oh, she's committed to me now, definitely. He should already know that before getting married. He should not have that insecurity. If he does not have that insecurity, there's no need to get married. That's it. Full stop.
finance.
Yeah.
And there's a benefit in that kind of way, I guess, like whether, I don't know, but maybe joint accounts, or
Yeah.
you can really invest into maybe a home together.
No, that's where Islam differs and says that
Oh, he's religious. That's why. All right, fair enough.
the woman, anything a woman earns is her money,
Yeah.
and a man doesn't have any right on that money which she has.
Really?
You're a moron. But if he believes that, good luck for the future, buddy.
Like that.
And then whatever the man earns, he has to provide using that money for
But I like it how she's like, I like that.
family.
I like that.
Unsubscribe.
Of course.
Subscribe.
Of course she would like that. But what she doesn't know, he's also Islamic. So he also has certain other views on how women should behave in marriages and how women should behave in those relationships, right? It's not so simple as the like, oh, what's her money's her money and what's my money's her money. It's a little bit more complicated than that. There's also the fact that these women, he also probably does believe that they have a little less rights than a man, that the man probably makes all the decisions and makes all the final decisions, and she has to ask him for a lot of her permissions as per his religion. I don't know too much about that religion, but whatever. Okay, that's it for my analysis. I'll catch you guys later.